Welcome to the Billy Shultz Music Podcast.
All right, man. How are you, dude? It's good to meet you.
Doing good, man. Good to meet you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Once I saw your Instagram, I was looking at all your socials. I was like, this guy would be great to have on the podcast. So I'm glad that you decided that you'd take some time to chat with me here.
Yeah, for sure.
So start out, just introduce yourself. I mean, tell me all about you. Where you started playing guitar, what influences you. Give me start me from square one.
Well, my dad always played growing up. He wanted me to play like my whole childhood, but I didn't get into it until I met a friend when I was like 12 years old, and he played. And so that's kind of what got me into playing. So ever since then, it's been like nothing else I was super interested in. Just like up until that point, I was like playing video games and stuff. But like after that, it was like no more video games. It was just like all guitar all the time. And I ended up going to college for music. I went to Troy University, got my bachelor's in music there, and then ended up moving to Nashville after that. Lived there for 2 years trying to do the Nashville thing, get gigs there and whatnot, but ultimately ended up deciding it wasn't the right place for me. So then I came back down to Alabama, which is where I'm originally from. So now I live in Mobile, and this is where like I gig, and I got a few different groups I gig and play music with down here. And, this after moving down here is really when like my social media thing started taking off. So I've just been doing all those things ever since.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. It's so funny you live in Mobile. I got family that's out in Mobile area.
Wow.
Yeah, like Theodore, Stockton, those areas out there. Yeah. So I'm familiar. That's an awesome scene down there.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because like I really enjoy it. I really feel like it is. There's like so many talented musicians here, and it's really home for me for sure.
Absolutely, it's beautiful down there too, man. The bay and everything is gorgeous.
Oh, dude, and you got the beach just like an hour away that people don't realize is like one of the best beaches like in the world. Really,
is that Dolphin Island? Or are you talking about?
Well, Dolphin Island's one, but I'm really talking about like Gulf Shores and Orange Beach.
Right, exactly.
I used to like have a summer job where I would like rent beach chairs down there. It's awesome. People would come from all over the world to see the beach down there.
Absolutely. It's beautiful. My sister, she got married October of last year, and that's where we had the wedding, was down in Gulf Shores. So small world, man. Super small world. Yeah. You said that you went to college for music. Did you focus in guitar, or was it just like a general music degree? Or?
Well, so I started out going for music education, and then I switched to what they call music industry there, which is essentially just like a music, like sort of holistic, like a little bit of business, a little bit of production, a little bit of performance, sort of everything mixed into one degree. So sorry, what was the question?
I was just asking if you had like a focus in guitar, or if it turned into more of a...
Yeah, so they're actually focused a lot on guitar. I took classical guitar lessons and ended up just really focusing on that the entire time I was there. I ended up writing for classical guitar. That was really a main focus for me for a while I was in college. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I watch all your videos, and you can tell that the education has done well for you.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's all about, what you do with it, I guess. Like, this is what came natural to me. Other people, like, they're using it to like write, marching band charts and whatnot. Like, and that stuff's awesome too. I love that stuff. And all kinds of stuff. But yeah, this is just what comes natural to me. I love coming up with little ideas on the guitar, and,
Absolutely.
The little chord charts are just a way to like share that with people, to where it's like, not just like, hey, look at me play guitar. It's like, here, maybe you can, it's something for you to use as well and incorporate into your playing.
Right. It's a way to help like people who watch it apply it in their own playing.
Yeah. So I think about that a lot for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. Talk to me a little bit about, because I did listen to your most recent album that you had posted in 2020, and I know that you kind of seem to have switched more to the social media side. Talk to me kind of like about the transition, and if you're still writing music or if you're still kind of now, because I know you said you're more focused on the social media side, which seems like the smart idea, because that seems to be what's going really well for you.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've always been into writing my own music, like ever since I was a kid. But I think kind of, and I've been doing it the whole time. Like I've been playing music. And that's still kind of part of what I do, but I guess I've sort of refocused that creative energy towards what I'm doing now for sure. Cause, well, basically just cause like I make money with it now, you know,
Right.
and it's like I can, the doing original music is like always there for me. Anytime I wanted to do it. But I think I get a different sort of creative satisfaction out of what I'm doing now that I didn't, you know, it's not what I planned on doing with, you know, social media. Cause for a long time, this was not what I was doing with my Instagram and stuff. But, it's, I've just kind of really ended up like kind of falling in love with like the basic direction I'm going, I guess.
That's awesome. Well, and that's, you know, that's what you got to stick to, you know, when you find a lane that you're happy with and it's working for you, then, you know, that's, And I definitely relate to that feeling of like, this isn't really what I saw myself doing, because I had the same thought process as I just wanted to be a musician. You know, I wanted to play my own music, play gigs live. And then if you're like me, it was just kind of like, when that wasn't really working out the way that you thought it would, and then you realize the internet is a thing, and you're trying to use that to help monetize, you know, the skill that you have. And then for me, it was, you know, the YouTube channel I got lucky with a certain set of tutorials, and it started taking off. And was there like was there something for you where it just kind of switched? Like, was there a specific video you made, or like a specific kind of content that happened that kind of like,
there actually is. I can remember the exact video. It was really when I got into TikTok, because TikTok, when it's not really this way now, but like back like just 2 years ago, kind of at the beginning of the pandemic, really, the style of videos on TikTok was a lot different back then. And are you on TikTok at all?
I am. I try to be on it more. And I went through your TikTok too, and I saw that, you know, you have a lot of really successful videos on there, but I'm probably wouldn't be able to notice the difference between the videos, but
yeah. But well, anyways, my point being that like the text bubble feature on TikTok, how you can put text on over your videos, that was way more prevalent back then, I think. And that sort of inspired me to start. I would like use those to put like tabs for my chords on the videos. And then like, I made one like that, and it kind of took off a little bit. And then I made like another one, and it took off like even more. And so I just kept making those, and I've just kept doing that. I eventually like switched to using charts from Guitar Pro, because I was like, man, I definitely don't want to like be saddled to like just using the feature in TikTok, you know.
Right.
I want to be more universal what I'm doing. So yeah.
I saw you had a few of them on there that have a couple million views. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, those were the one, like my one Guitar Center video, that kind of went viral on like every platform I posted it to, which was kind of crazy, because like I didn't expect that one to at all, because it was so weird. I think I don't expect people to understand my sense of humor at all. So
yeah, I thought it was hilarious. And like, you know, being a guitar player and you know, obviously having plenty of experiences in Guitar Center, I thought it was hilarious. So to me, watching it, I was like, yeah, there's no wonder this thing blew up. Like, this is so hilarious.
Yeah, thanks.
Describe to me, so like during the pandemic, were you still in Nashville or were you back in Alabama?
So luckily I moved back to Alabama about 6 months before it really got going.
Okay.
Yeah, so I moved in with my brother and my sister-in-law down here.
And how was that? Like, what was your experience like throughout the pandemic? Did you guys, because I know it was a little, because out here in California, you know, we shut all the way down, and I know out in the southern states it wasn't as strict at first, or like what was it like out there?
Yeah, it was definitely very different for like a couple months, for sure. There's, you know, because nobody knew what was going on, but just from stories I've heard, it's definitely not as strict of a lockdown type situation as other places, but it was definitely a massive change in the culture, though, for sure, a massive shift. I was doing just DoorDash at the time because like I had lost all my gigs to it, so I just kind of DoorDash for a while during that time, and which was actually kind of nice because like all you do, you don't have to fuck with any like people at all. Sorry, can I curse? I don't.
Absolutely, yeah, no, okay. Absolutely, bro. Yeah, have at it.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
I need to start letting people know that before we get on here because it's funny. Almost everybody like they'll do that same thing. They're like, "Oh shit, can I curse?" And I'm like, "Absolutely, yeah, go for it."
Well, no, I don't. It's your fault at this point,
right? Yeah, absolutely.
You can edit it out if you want to, yeah. So. DoorDash was great because, you just don't have to talk to any people at all. You just, you drop it off to a door, you pick it up like from a door, so that was nice. But yeah, it's definitely massive culture shift.
Were you, because I know that I saw that you had released 2 of those albums during 2020. Was that kind of your focus then too? Or were you still doing the social media thing? Were you doing both kind of at the same time or?
Yeah, no, I was doing both definitely for a while. Like I didn't really I just kind of only like recently have I really started kind of thinking about like, I'm really not I'm not in a rush to put out any more music. Right. I've only recently kind of come to that conclusion. So, I've always been like coming up with ideas and hearing like, I write a lot of songs that are just like me singing with the guitar that like, I don't like have recorded or anything, that are just like in my head kind of sort of thing. I've recorded them on my phone sort of situation. So I'm kind of always coming up with stuff, but, just recently, like I just kind of, I'm just more focused on capitalizing on like we were talking about before, like the areas where I'm seeing the most like economic success,
Absolutely. Well, you have momentum right now.
Yeah, for sure. So just trying to make like hay while the sun's shining basically. And,
absolutely.
Yeah. But like the thing, that's the thing though, like I would sort of say that to anyone, even a young person. It's like, you don't have to be in a rush to like put out original music, Well,
especially now with so many other avenues, like I think it's almost nice because you can find a lane on TikTok or on YouTube or Instagram that can generate you a little bit of income in a way that maybe original music wouldn't. And once you find that lane, it can kind of give you more time to take the time with the music as opposed to feeling like this is what I feel like is going to need to generate my income. Yeah.
And another thing I would say about that is I think a lot about how I want my contributions as a musician just to be a part of other people's lives. You know what I mean? Like I want to be fully integrated into other people's lives as a musician. I don't want to just be in my room doing it by myself, right. What brings me joy is when I get together with other people and we create an experience together that's like meaningful for all of us. And I think that should really, if you really care about music, that should be your goal ultimately, always, because that's kind of what its purpose is, I think. Sort
Absolutely.
Of bring us all together and go through this little ritual, which is almost like this unspoken like healing process we go through, right? When we're all like together jamming, getting together on the same rhythm, dancing, singing together, like we all feel that, right? So that should always be the ultimate goal, I think, for sure.
Sure. And it's kind of weird now too, how it does seem how locking yourself in your room to create content can be more, you can create more of an audience for yourself, but that there's still always in the back of your mind. You're like, I want this to be successful so that eventually it can bring me back into the world and back into the live aspect, playing with other people, being involved the way that you were saying. Yeah. It's just so strange how we live in a world where it's almost like, more beneficial, at least for your success, to kind of lock yourself away to create the content. But I definitely understand what you're saying, is that wanting to use that to get back out and play live, have that experience with those people. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but you definitely also have to have like that grit though, to be able to like muscle through a lot of alone time, a lot of isolation, a lot of people, like a lot of just other people not understanding the progress you're making in your own like little journey you're doing over here by yourself, you know?
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. You got to be comfortable with a lot of alone time for sure.
100%.
But the reward is there on the other end of it for sure.
Yeah, if you put in the time, it's that's what it's all about. Are you is this becoming a full-time thing for you now? Or do you still have a job on the side, or how's that going?
Well, I just do music full time now. I'm just doing gigs and the social media stuff. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. But I'm wanting to get bigger on YouTube for sure. That's sort of my next like thing I'm thinking about. I see you're doing pretty well on YouTube, right? That's kind of like your main focus.
Yeah, I got really lucky with like I said, the tutorials. I found a niche of genre of music that hadn't really been tapped into yet as far as the tutorial side of it.
I noticed that. Yeah, you've got like some hip hop songs, some like that type of stuff.
A lot of and it was a lot of these like kind of SoundCloud underground rappers, like XXX Tentacion and Little Peep and all these guys who
actually have some cool guitar riffs in their music.
Yeah. And nobody was, nobody thought, because, when you think guitar tutorials, you think the classic rock bands and, the Hotel California, all that stuff. But, and I wasn't even thinking of it that way when I started the channel. I just wanted to try and create content, and I needed content ideas. And I also wanted it to, be a part of what I love to do, which is play music. So one day I literally was just like, you know what, almost just to practice creating, right? I was like, I can just do guitar tutorials. There's an infinite number of songs. It'll help me like learn how to shoot, learn how to film, learn how to edit. And
that's the mindset you got to have right there, is like, it ain't even about what happens from the video. It's just, you're learning how to do the process, right?
Exactly. And I just got really lucky because at the time there was an XXX Tentacion song that I really liked that had a really cool guitar part in it, and I was like, I'm just gonna do this one also because it's it's just part of the process. And that tutorial itself is now still one of the most popular ones on my channel. So I got really lucky, and then from there I just listened to the audience. People wanted more from those same artists. Nobody else was really doing it. It still kind of seems nobody else is still doing those same kind of songs. So I just kind of stay in that lane and try and give as much as try and do the things that I love to do, but also try and give the audience what they want.
Find the intersection between those two things, dude. Exactly. That's what it's all about, man.
That's the reason behind the podcast, because I want to start branching out into different kinds of content. And I started doing this during the pandemic, but once everything started opening and back here, I have a full-time job outside of this. And so going back to work, it kind of interrupted that whole process. But I wanted to bring the podcast back, and then, I'm trying out other kinds of content for the channel. I need to do more TikTok and Instagram stuff too, but it's just all about trying new things and continuing to progress,
Well, definitely. I would say like the TikTok, worry more about Instagram for sure. Just my 2 cents, like for sure. You'll definitely make more money on Instagram than you will TikTok.
Oh, wow. Instagram brings you more money.
Yeah. Significantly more money. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And is that off of ad revenue?
However they're making, I don't know. However they're making the money, they just send me the direct deposit every month.
Oh,
but
wow.
It's based on views. It's based on how many views you have.
Okay. And is it like you have to hit a certain, because with YouTube, to get monetized you have to have a certain number of like watch hours and subscribers?
They'll send you the invitation. Like you'll just get a notification once you hit that. I don't know like how many it has to be or whatever, but yeah.
They just send it directly to you?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't know that, but it does make sense because TikTok has so many people that I would think that they're providing the platform, so they're not too concerned about paying the creators as much yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, I wanted to ask you, like, so do you do like that hip hop? Do you make that style of music like outside of the tutorials? Like
I do, yeah. I do, yeah. So
Okay.
I used to have an artist account called a Himsa that is my most popular music page still, but I started that around the same time I started the YouTube channel, and it was very much so like I call it like sad boy hip hop, you know what I mean? Very much so like I call it heartbreak rap. It's that like, you know,
Yeah.
emotional style of rap
Juice
music.
WRLD.
Yeah, in that lane. And it got really popular, but in the last year and a half, I was still trying to make music for that page, and that's kind of what it was becoming known for. And I just am not kind of that anymore, you know? And so I created a new artist account that I'm doing all my stuff, and it's definitely rap hip hop focused, but even with that, I want to start integrating more guitar, more like full band kind of style stuff. It's an artist account that I feel like I can do that stuff. I can have like a straight rap song, or I can do like a full band. I mean, I might even do a country song. You know what I mean? It's like I'm just kind of feeling it out and just leaving it open for interpretation. You know,
whatever you want to do. That's awesome. Yeah.
It's so crazy what you can, you know, especially with the pandemic, you know, having so much time. It's like having so much time to think and really realize, like, do I want to keep doing this? Is this different now? Like, how do I feel about this? I'm sure so many people, I mean, probably you as well, just you realized a lot of things during that time and like changed your focus kind of.
Surely all that influenced me to where I'm at today, 100%. Because like what I was saying about like the live music, definitely that's like that. It's influenced me and coming to that perspective on it for sure.
How often are you playing out right now?
I mean, well, I have a weekly church gig, so that's just I'm always doing that. But typically I'll have at least one gig on either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and sometimes, you know, 3 or 4. Like this weekend, I think I'm like, besides the church gig, I think I'm playing like 4 times, like Friday through Sunday. So.
And are these all the same groups that you kind of play with? Because you said there's multiple different ones.
So what I actually love about kind of the people I play with is, there's like, I'll say there's like team captains, but like all the like different musicians sort of like play with everybody, kind of, that are just people that do like the hired gun sort of thing, like I do, you know? So it's kind of like a network of people that, you know, but definitely some of the groups have sort of set people that are the same ones every time.
Okay.
So like this weekend I'm playing with a group. I think it's the one we have like 4 shows together. So this is On the Rocks, and they're out of Pensacola technically. But it's like 3 singers, me, and then the same bass player and drummer. But I think the keys have like swapped out a couple times.
Gotcha.
So
is it mainly like covers, originals, mixture of both?
Oh, it's all covers. Yeah, we do. This is mainly like a lot of like R&B type stuff, stuff in that realm.
Gotcha.
For sure. And like top 40 occasionally. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately that's still where the money is doing the cover thing.
Yeah, well, this stuff I really enjoy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like that. And plus, the way this group, we really like do our own things with the covers for sure, because we kind of do it. Like we'll go over the songs, but we really like jam them out live, like, and just switch them up, like, and do all kinds of stuff. And I get to do like a lot of guitar solos, so it's fun for me. Yeah,
that's awesome, man. Yeah, next time I
get to do a lot of solos, it's fun, right?
Absolutely, yeah, you can have fun with it. Next time I'm out there, I'll have to hit you up. I'll have to come by and catch a show.
Oh yeah, for sure. That'd be great, man. Yeah.
You have so like, what are your plans for like the future? You just kind of stay in the path, working on the TikTok, or do you have any like big things coming up, or like what's your plan looking forward?
Man, no, because like right now I've just finally reached this point in my life where I'm like, you know, there's things I want, but like there's nothing that I really need right now that I don't have. I'm just trying to like stay the course and like make incremental improvements, you know, and if like more opportunity comes my way, if, you know, whatever, you know, I'm here for it. But like, yeah, it's just about sort of staying the course at this point and like making incremental improvements into what I'm doing, you know? And yeah, but yeah, that's where I'm at.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, and I can imagine that it feels good to be able to know that you're able to do what you love as your job as well.
Yeah, dude, I'm super lucky. I'm super lucky to like, cause I've just kind of just by happenstance, like been able to meet enough like other musicians and like have good enough relationships with them to where like enough people are always wanting me to come play, and it's all good people, and I enjoy every single one, like I really do. So yeah, I'm super lucky to be where I'm at for sure.
That's awesome, man. Well, I won't take up any of your time, brother, but shout out, socials, Instagram, whatever you want people to know about you.
Yeah. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Tucker McKee, MCKEE _ runs free, RUNSFREE, and just Tucker McKee on TikTok and YouTube. That's where I do all my stuff mainly, and Spotify is Tucker McKee as well, and all music streaming, I guess, is Tucker McKee. So yeah, I enjoyed it, man. I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely, brother. Hopefully we're gonna do it again sometime soon. I'll be hitting you up to check back in with you.
For sure, man. Let me know.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you next time.